Well, back out in the shed. I've taken this little strip out, try to be able to work on this style line. Plus that was the section where it wasn't welding very nicely. I've got to take further out. I've got to come back to at least here. So that's all going to have to come out and get re-welded because it's just not right. But for now, that's allowed me to panel beat and get this piece out. Currently got a piece of angle in there holding my gap. Need to do some other shaping, but that's okay. So now I'm going to work on a piece of material in here to replace where the original guard was, because I want that surface in there to be at the same level as the door. It's where this is sitting. Let me get this back in to the right position from the gap. Where it's sitting, that's looking a little bit wide for my liking, but once I put material into there to get this back out to the same plane as the door, and I put a thicker lip on this back edge, one to get us out to the right point as far as door gap, but two to create some extra strength down that point. I think that'll visually look okay. I don't want this to be too obtrusive. I want it to pretty much disappear from the side profile, so it's not seen. It's only when you're towards the rear of the car that you can see that. I don't want it to be a massive feature, but I need it there to help with airflow out of the engine bay and out of the guard, to try to make sure we don't get any high pressure zones up underneath the front of the car. So we'll set up. I'm going to do a template of the shape of the door so that we can cut out a piece of material to follow that. So I'll set up the tripod and we'll show you how we do that. Okay, so this door's got a curve through it, so we need a template. So the easiest way to do that to start with is a piece of cardboard. If I get that through past where the door is, you can then run your finger down the door and we create a curve. So I'll get myself some scissors, and if we carefully cut that, that should be, you've done it properly, the shape of our door. Which it is. So there's our template for our metal. Okay, so we're using quite thick. This is 1.2. So we're trying to So there's our template shape. So now we'll see if my tin sticks will cut that. Okay, so now that we have that, we have to put some shape into it. That is going to go into there. To match up with our door. Once we do a little bit of work, match up with our door to form the inner skin that we can then shape and do our proper door gap. And then we'll need something similar for the outside. So we'll get that underway and we'll see how that runs. Okay, I had concerns that this down the back here was going to be too big when I first had the spacings out, but that is looking nice now that I've got those both in. The front piece is only just sitting there and clamped in, but the gap there down the back of the door is looking quite good. I don't overly want it to stand out too much. I want it to only really be visible from one direction. So that's good. That's good. So I'm going to have to redo this bit because this is horrible. All that's got to come out again and get re-welded in because my MIG was playing up. So I need to sort that out, get that redone before I put this back piece on and finalize everything. But I think that's going to work quite nicely. I think that'll work quite nicely. Okay, so really happy with how that's looking. But before I go and attach this in here, I need to come back and revisit this section through here because this is particularly a mess. So I'm going to have to recut out this and redo that. It's the beauty of steel. If you mess it up, you can just cut it out and go again. So I'm going to cut this out, weld that up. I'm going to need to get in and finish welding all this today because I want to get that done while I've still got the bottom of this guard detached so that I can get in behind there far easier just by lifting out the bottom. The bottom's not actually engaged at the moment, it's just taped in there. I've just got some tape on the bottom holding it in so I can swing this guard up out of the way to get in behind if I need to. But I'm really happy with how that's all coming. Really happy with the gap through there. I never wanted it to be massive and stand out. I want it to hide. I only want you to be able to sort of see that it's there from the rear angle. So we'll get in, we'll cut this out and we'll get that replaced. Okay, so all welded in, ground off. All that proves is I need more practice at panel work, need more practice at welding. Probably need a better welder because it's pretty ordinary down low. I've got that curves going the wrong way, so that point there needs to come out. So not sure how we're going to do that. Might be able to get in there and do that once I've got the bottom secured, because I can get a swing at that point. So next thing is that I'll get the bottom of this secured properly, and then we'll start working on this second backing strip. Okay, back strips welded in. Happy with the vent. It's there but not particularly visible. We can smooth that up with a little bit of work. Gonna have to do some work in here. This is hollow through there, so I might have to recut here just to get some work on that, because this is drumming through here. So, and this point here is probably in a little bit, so I probably need to cut from there to there, pull the guard out a little bit, and re-weld. But happy with that. That's really strong. So that's good. We'll call that a night.